Warp Films is an independent film and television production company based in Sheffield in London, UK, with a further affiliated company Warp Films Australia based in Melbourne, Australia. History: Warp Films was established by Warp Records founding partners Rob Mitchell and Steve Beckett. It was initially created with financial support from Nestor and had a remit to produce a number of short films. After the death of Rob Mitchell in 2001, Beckett decided to continue with Warp Films and enlisted the expertise of Sheffield friend Mark Herbert to run the company. The first film, Chris Morris's My Wrongs No. 8245, 8249 and 117, was shot in 2002. It won the award for Best Short Film at the 2003 BAFTA Film Awards and became the first short film DVD single in the UK market. Through the star of My Wrongs, Paddy Considine, Herbert met director Shane Meadows and asked them to generate an idea for a film. Herbert raised the funding and the result was Warp Films' debut feature, Dead Man's Shoes, directed by Shane Meadows in 2004. Shot in 22 days on a tight budget, and produced from Warp Films' Sheffield office, it earned a BAFTA nomination. Was nominated for a record 8 British Independent Film Awards, won the Hitchcock D'Or at the Dinard Festival, and won the South Bank Award for Best Film. It received strong critical acclaim and has been hailed as a landmark in British cinema. It was ranked number 27 in Empire magazine's list of the best British films ever in 2005. Warp Films produced Rubber Johnny, an experimental short and 42-page book by director Chris Cunningham, featuring music by Warp Records artist Aphex Twin. To this day it continues to shock and amaze audiences. Warp Films' breakout success came with Shane Meadows' This Is England, the story of Sean, a boy who is adopted by a local skinhead gang after his father is killed in the Falklands War. Since its release in early 2007, it has gained many awards including the Best Film at the British Independent Films Awards, the Special Jury Prize at the Rome Film Festival and Best British Film at the BAFTAs. At the same ceremony, Warp Films received its third BAFTA as Paddy Considine's directorial debut Dog Altogether won the Best Short Film Award. 3 months after This Is England was released in cinemas, Warp's third feature film, Grow Your Own, was released by Pathé. The film was Warp's first collaboration with BBC Films. The film was directed by Richard Laxton and written by Frank Cottrell Boyce and Carl Hunter. Developed from stories Carl had uncovered in his documentary work about the travails of immigrants. Produced by Barry Ryan for Warp Films, Luke Alkin for BBC Films and Carl Hunter for Art in Action. In 2004, Warp Films made a significant expansion in its capacity. Robin Gutch joined Mark Herbert and Barry Ryan to devise the Warp bid for the low-budget film scheme tender put out by Film 4 and UK Film Council. The Warp bid was backed by Optimum Releasing, Screen Yorkshire and M Media. Warp won the tender against stiff competition and WarpX was formally set up as WarpX in 2005 as a low-budget digital studio to develop and produce films with focus on new talent and commercial potential. The first projects under the new label were Chris Waite's A Complete History of My Sexual Failures and Ollie Blackburn's Donkey Punch, which were both launched at the Sundance International Film Festival in 2007. These were followed by Mark Tonderai's Hush, Paul King's Bunny and the Bull, Xiaolu Guoxi, a Chinese which won the Golden Leopard at the Locarno International Film Festival. Another WarpX production was 2009 documentary All Tomorrow's Parties, covering the history of the All Tomorrow's Parties music festival. The film was created using footage generated by the fans and musicians attending the events themselves, on a multitude of formats including Super 8, camcorder and mobile phone. In 2009, Warp Films produced Exhibit A groundbreaking, pseudo-documentary film. The film was awarded the title of Best UK Feature at the Raindance Film Festival and was nominated for 3 British Independent Film Awards. receiving particular credit for its standout cast. In 2010, Warp Films produced Chris Morris's debut feature 4 Lions, a satirical comedy drama following a group of homegrown Islamic terrorists from Sheffield, England. The film was a critical and box office success, achieving impressive numbers at the box office on its opening weekend, generating the highest site average of all the new releases and making a total of £609,000. As of 8 August 2010, 4 Lions grossed £2,932,366 at the UK box office. The film was nominated for 2 BAFTA awards. It won the Outstanding Debut by a British Writer, Director, or Producer BAFTA award for Chris Morris. During the Richard Ayoade's debut feature Submarine starring Noah Taylor, Sally Hawkins and Paddy Considine premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival in 2010 and was released in the UK during March 2011 by Optimum Releasing. It was distributed in the US by the Weinstein Company. The film was met with high critical acclaim and featured original songs by Arctic Monkeys frontman Alex Turner. In his first effort as a solo artist, Submarine has won many awards worldwide, including the Best Screenplay award at the 2011 British Independent Film Awards. Richard Ayoade was nominated for a BAFTA for Outstanding Debut by a British Writer, Director or Producer at the 65th British Academy Film Awards. Warp Films' 2010 television production for Channel 4, Shane Meadows' This Is England, 86, was a continuation from the 2006 film. It aired over 4 weekly episodes and received numerous plaudits, including a BAFTA award for leading actress Vicky McClure. It achieved record viewing figures for Channel 4. Warp's production Kill List was released in the UK on 28 August 2011. Directed by Ben Wheatley, the film stars Neil Maskell, Michael Smiley and Mianna Buring. It has gone on to win several awards internationally, including a British Independent Film Award for supporting actor Michael Smiley. Kill List has received strong critical acclaim, with Total Film declaring it outstanding and giving a 5-star rating. It was released in the US by IFC Films. Tyrannosaur, also produced through Warpex, was released in 2011. Directed by Paddy Considine, it was an exploration of how love and friendship can be found in the darkest of places. Tyrannosaur stars Peter Mullen, Olivia Colman and Eddie Marsan. It has received strong critical acclaim and won the BAFTA for Outstanding Debut by a British Writer, Director, or Producer for director Paddy Considine and producer Dermot Scrimshaw. 2011 also saw the world premiere of Justin Kurzel's Snowtown in Semendu Criterica at the Cannes International Film Festival. In 2008, Warp Films had established Warp Films Australia in Melbourne, headed up by Anna McLeish. The film has received widespread acclaim and won numerous awards internationally, including 4 awards at the Australian Academy Cinema Television Awards. Warp Films Australia are currently in pre-production on Shopping, the debut feature film from filmmakers Mark Albiston and Lewis Sutherland. The film is being produced by Warp Films Australia, producers Anna McLeish and Sarah Shaw. This Is England, 88, the sequel to the 2010 television series This Is England, 86, aired on Channel 4 over 3 consecutive nights from 13 December 2011. Set 2.5 years after 86, it received strong critical praise. The series had high viewing figures, with 2.5 million people tuning in to watch the first episode. Warp Films, Warpex Productions, Tyrannosaur, Kill List and Submarine were nominated for a total of 18 awards at the 2011 British Independent Film Awards. Warp Films successfully ran a crowdfunding campaign to fund 4 short films shot at the All Tomorrow's Parties music festival by Vincent Moon. Using the website Kickstarter.com, the project reached its funding goal on the 15th of October and the films are currently in post-production. Warp Films produced 3 30-minute television dramas for the Sky Arts Playhouse Presents season. These were The Minor Character, written by Will Self and starring David Tennant, The Snipist, directed by Matthew Holness, and The District Nurse, starring Gina McKee. The Midnight Beast, a new comedy series for E4, begins in May 2012. Warp Films is currently developing several television projects with Channel 4, the BBC and Sky. Warp Films' development slate currently includes projects with Shane Meadows, Chris Morris, Tony Grisany, Paul Fraser, Gregory Burke, Paul Wright, Yandy Manga, Tom Kingsley and Will Sharp, The Sheeps, Peter Strickland, Ollie Blackburn, Paddy Considine, Mikey Please and Shinola amongst others. Productions. Other